Okay, let's dive right into this. Welcome to today's Explainer, where we're hitting fast forward and jumping straight to the year 2030. We're going to take 20 absolutely game-changing technologies that are completely reshaping life as we know it, and condense them down into 4 distinct, really easy-to-digest chapters. We've got a ton of ground to cover today, and frankly, the sheer scale of innovation we're looking at is just staggering, especially when we get to how AI is literally paving the way to cure 100% of human diseases.
So here is our roadmap. We'll be covering 1. The AI healthcare revolution. 2. The connected quantum society. 3. Engineering a greener planet. And finally, 4. The risks of tomorrow.
All right, ticking things off with Chapter 1, the AI healthcare revolution, redefining the human body.
Now, the fear of disease hasn't vanished completely just yet, but the landscape, it has fundamentally shifted. I want you to contrast today's endless waiting rooms and, let's be honest, trial and error treatments with 2030. We are looking at a world where artificial general intelligence is actually driving us toward 100% disease cure rate. Sound impossible? Well, here's how it's happening. AI scans billions of data points in mere seconds to map out exact genetic cures, instantly. Telemedicine is bringing absolute top-tier AI doctors directly into the most remote communities on Earth. And what if an organ fails? There are absolutely no wait lists anymore. None. Hospitals now use 3D printing labs to create custom, tailor-made organs, hearts, kidneys, livers, printed directly from a patient's very own cells. That means zero risk of rejection and no more need for lifelong immunosuppressant drugs. It's truly a game changer. The fear of disease hasn't disappeared, but it no longer rules life. I really love this quote because it captures the psychological shift of 2030 so perfectly. The final piece of that 100% cure puzzle we've been talking about is routine preventative health mapping. People in their 40s and 50s are catching potential diseases years before they ever become a problem. And get this, before a doctor even performs a surgery or prescribes a new drug, they test it entirely on your digital twin. That is a highly detailed, real-time simulation of your specific body. They know exactly how you're going to react before you even take a single pill.
But hey, it's not just about curing disease, right? It's about redefining human capability itself. AI prosthetics are quite literally restoring sight and mobility to millions of people. We're talking about bionic eyes that interpret the world on the fly, read text out loud, and instantly recognize the faces of your loved ones in real time. For amputees, prosthetic limbs now respond instantly to thought, and they provide actual sensory feedback. You can actually feel the warmth of a coffee cup or the texture of the ground you're walking on. Plus, these prosthetics sync up seamlessly with smart infrastructure. So elevators open, tools adapt, and vehicles adjust automatically the second you approach them. In fact, athletes using these AI limbs are now effortlessly shattering old Olympic records, which has forced the creation of entirely new sports categories. Disability in 2030 simply no longer means limitation.
Moving right along to Chapter 2, the connected quantum society, a new way to live and work. So artificial general intelligence isn't just locked away in hospitals anymore. It has fully arrived as our everyday companions, our tutors, and even digital therapists. AGI is totally embedded in our daily routines. Take digital clones, for example. These AI replicas mimic your voice and decision-making so flawlessly that they can actually sit through a boring 3-hour virtual budget meeting while you get real work done. Or, let's be real, take a well-deserved nap. Then you have physical devices that literally adapt to you. Smartphones unfold into full tablets and roll right up to fit seamlessly into your jacket pocket. Universal translators embedded in your glasses give you flawless, zero-delay cross-cultural communication. You can speak to anyone anywhere as if you share a native tongue. And entertainment? Oh, it's wild. AI movies generate on the fly. You pick the setting and make decisions that shape the interactive plot in real time, meaning your movie is uniquely yours every single time you press play.
A billion. Yeah, that staggering number is the amount of calculations happening every single second on the newly operational Zetascale supercomputer. This incomprehensible level of power, paired with cloud-based quantum computing, means literally anyone can tap into supercomputer capabilities from a simple everyday tablet. It allows finance firms to model global markets flawlessly and scientists to simulate entire planetary ecosystems in real time. And all of this massive data is transferred over a fully operational quantum internet. Because it uses qubits instead of standard bits, it is completely hack-proof. Literally any attempt to intercept the data instantly alters it and immediately alerts the user.
All right, on to Chapter 3, Engineering a Greener Planet, Rebuilding Earth's Ecosystems.
So, with all that massive computing power we just talked about, humanity can finally take on planetary-level challenges. We aren't just trying to reduce our carbon footprint anymore, we are actively engineering the Earth's ecosystems. Look at these leaps in environmental tech. You've got small modular nuclear reactors. They're compact, incredibly safe, and they're bringing massive amounts of clean, carbon-free energy to remote towns and islands. Then there's portable solar desalination gadgets. These are brilliant. You literally just unfold them, add seawater, and within hours you have fresh, clean drinking water without needing a drop of fuel or external electricity. We're also seeing widespread smart grid technology, where your house intelligently shares its excess solar power with your neighbors, and families actually gamify their energy conservation. Oh, and by the way, 100% of the ocean floor has finally been mapped, revealing a dynamic world that helps us predict tsunamis and manage coastal flooding better than ever before.
And get this, we are actively scrubbing the sky. Giant direct air capture machines, and these incredibly sleek artificial trees installed in city parks silently pull CO2 and smog right out of the air 24/7. That captured carbon is then safely locked deep underground, or it's stored in underwater marine mineralization units guided by those newly mapped ocean floor trenches. But we don't just store it, right? We literally transform that captured CO2 into carbon-negative building materials like concrete and bricks. We are quite literally building the future out of yesterday's pollution.
But wait, looking at all these incredible miracles, limitless clean energy, unbelievable conveniences, and technology driving us toward a 100% disease cure rate, we have to stop and ask a really critical question. Is this future entirely safe?
Which brings us to our final section, Chapter 4, The Risks of Tomorrow, the double-edged sword of AI.
Because, as we know, innovation of this magnitude always brings vulnerabilities. The very same artificial intelligence that is curing all our diseases and optimizing our power grids is also birthing some incredibly severe new threats. On the digital side, cybercriminals are using AI to create ultra-realistic deepfake videos and voice clones to impersonate CEOs or even your own family members. Some AI systems out there are running complex, targeted scams entirely autonomously. And malware, it now adapts in real time just to evade security. But the physical threats are honestly just as intimidating. Hypersonic missiles are now common in major militaries. These things travel at over 5 times the speed of sound, meaning they can strike across continents in under 10 minutes. Because human reaction times are way too slow to deal with something moving that fast, militaries are forced to rely entirely on AI to instantly analyze threats and make autonomous defense decisions.
So, this leaves us with a profound new reality for the year 2030. Trust isn't just earned anymore, it has to be verified with every single interaction. Law enforcement and cybersecurity teams are locked in a perpetual race of digital forensics, basically using good AI to combat malicious algorithms. It requires constant, unwavering vigilance. The technology is absolutely phenomenal, for sure, but the line between helpful and harmful has honestly never been thinner.
So I want to leave you with this thought to chew on as we wrap up today's explainer. We've seen a future that actually cures the incurable, hitting that 100% disease cure rate, a future that gives sight to the blind and actively cleans the earth. But it also introduces autonomous scams and hypersonic stakes. So which of these 2030 technologies are you most ready to welcome into your daily life, and which one honestly scares you the most? Thank you so much for joining me to explore this incredibly structured look into our very near future. Keep learning, keep questioning, and I will catch you next time.